Welcome to That's Good Sports, a show critics say is the most underrated, overrated internet sports show on earth. I'm Brandon Perna, and I'm going to predict the Eagles and Rams game. I'm going to try to do it in 2 minutes or more. This episode is sponsored by SeatGeek. There's a link in the description. If you use my promo code, that's good. They're going to give you $20 off your first ticket order with SeatGeek. They rank all their ticket prices so you know whether or not you're getting screwed. SeatGeek, it's my favorite way to order tickets. That's good. That's your promo. 2 minutes starts now. The 10-2 Eagles at the 9-3 Rams, and the Eagles are 2.5 dogs on the road. That means they're not favored. This may be the game of the week. We are about to find out if the Philly Eagles are for real. This is the second tough road game in a row for the Eagles. Yes, they lost to Seattle this last weekend, and a big reason why was due to the pressure the Eagles got on Carson Wentz. He was under pressure on nearly 60% of his dropbacks, highest of the week. This caused inaccuracy, some mistakes, and a case of diarrhea after the game for Carson Wentz that forced stadium personnel to shut down part of CenturyLink Field as a biohazard. You can't make this stuff up. Wentz shrugged it off, saying that's just what we call dropping a North Dakota deuce. He then yelled, DNDD, 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 DNDD. Dropping a North Dakota deuce. If Carson Wentz didn't fumble as he dove for the end zone in that game, I'm not sure the Seahawks would have gotten the win. I'm not off of the Eagles bandwagon. A late season loss for a team on a long win streak can be a very good thing if your team is actually very good. How the Eagles respond to that loss this week will tell you everything you need to know in terms of how they will fare in the playoffs. As good as Jared Goff is playing right now, he's no Russell Wilson in terms of extending plays. The Eagles did an excellent job at pressuring Wilson, and if they do the same thing to Goff, he won't be throwing 3 touchdowns and extending plays for what seems like minutes. For me, this game will be won by the team who can rush the ball most effectively. Philly definitely struggled to do that against Seattle. Ajayi had 35 yards and Blunt only 26. The Rams have not been good against the run all season. They're ranked 27th. So the Eagles, especially on the road, need to feed that two-headed monster that is Blunt and Ajayi. Ajayi. Fun fact, blunt is of course American slang for big fat joint that you put drugs in and smoke, and Ajayi is Nigerian slang for slaughter of the ram. Coincidence? I do think Todd Gurley is better than both Ajayi and Blunt, certainly more dynamic, but I don't see him having a big day against the Eagles and their number 1 ranked rush defense. Let's just say I think he'll be the one getting rammed on Sunday. Oh, you don't like that? That's not funny to you? It's not just that the Rams give up a lot of rush yards per game on the ground. They have given up 12 rushing TDs, tied for 4th worst. I really like both of these teams, but I'm picking the Eagles to bounce back by pressuring Goff and running the ball, allowing Wentz to pick and choose his opportunities to throw the pigskin. Eagles win. The X factor that could favor the Rams, though, is that Zach Ertz is in concussion protocol. If he doesn't play, that is a key missing piece for the Eagles on offense. Thanks for watching another episode of That's Good Sports. Subscribe here on YouTube. If you don't do that, you're going to have bad luck. Share these videos on Facebook. If you don't do that, you're going to get the diarrhea that I mentioned earlier. And give me a follow on Twitter at Brandon Perna, because if you don't do that, your parents are going to leave you at Levi's Stadium the same way they left Russell Wilson.